Hello, hello, and welcome back to another Trilogy Month review. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I am now on the final of the Spy Kids movies. If you're wondering what the hell is Trilogy Month, allow me to quickly explain. Last year, I started up picking a random month that I would review one trilogy a week. So starting on a Monday, ending on a Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would review one movie in a given trilogy. And I done one early on this year as well, and this is the second one that I'm doing, and the last one for this year. So far, I have reviewed the Back to the Future trilogy, and I have finished off the Skywalker saga, excluding TV shows Solo and Rogue One. And we're now at the end of the Spy Kids trilogy. Hopefully, I'm in frame here because I'm having to record from the back camera of my phone because whatever way the screen protector was put on, it looks over here would be like a very noticeably blurry. I noticed it and it was bothering me, so I'm just gonna film from the back of the phone for the time being. So I remember seeing this in cinema. And I remember getting the 3D glasses of it because they designed this was back way before they made the 3D glasses that we are using today, which thankfully I actually have a pair on hand. These are what modern 3D glasses are. And I just don't like them because I prefer the old school look for 3D glasses, and I do have some factory sealed that I got in my The Final Destination Blu-ray, which I don't have on hand, and I'm not about to go fishing for it in my Blu-ray section over there. But yeah, I do remember going to see this in cinema, and for the longest time, this was my favorite of the Spy Kids movies. But having now rewatched them, I'm singing a very different tune. Is it really that bad? No. The story is actually really interesting. The execution of it, not so much. It makes Sword Art Online look like a fucking masterpiece. For those of my regular viewers or just aren't anime watchers, Sword Art Online is this anime that's where people get trapped in this virtual world, but in that if you die in the game, you die in real life. That doesn't happen in this because obviously it's a kids movie. And yeah, so the main plot is basically this person called the Toy Maker, played by Sylvester Stallone, which this was the very first Stallone film I've ever watched. Because it was only really last year that I sat down and watched the Rocky franchise. And then of course I seen him in, as one of the recurring characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, before again watching Rocky. And yeah, I love him in this because he's having so much fun with this role as the Toy Maker. He was trapped in cyberspace, got something to do with Junie's grandfather, who played by Ricardo Montalban for those Star Trek fans out there. And he's trying to escape from the virtual world. He's going to trap people in once they get to this level 5. And, he's using the lure of riches beyond your wildest imaginations. And it's he has fun because he has like 3 hollow different versions of himself. He has a scientist, a general, and a hippie is the best way to describe it. And each of them are funny in their own right, dealing with the actual Toy Maker himself. And I just love it. I love the fact that he gets to have fun with this. The fact that George Clooney is also in this, he has been in the franchise throughout the movies. He was in the end of the first one. I can't recall if he was in the second one, but he definitely shows up in this one, and he's now the president. But I noticed the telltale signs that it wasn't really him. Well, obviously it was George Clooney, but the character that Clooney was playing, I noticed it wasn't him because just the way the speech patterns were, it was definitely pre-edited by the toy maker. So yeah, Junie, like I said, at the end of Spy Kids 2, he's no longer a part of the OSS. He's left it to fund his own private investigation firm, which isn't seeing a whole lot of stuff, and his fee is $5. But he gets roped in to deal with this video game, because Carmen went in and got trapped in there by the toy maker, and so he has to go in, save her, and shut down the game. And like I said, it's all virtual reality. It does not hold up if you're watching it not in 3D. Even in general, like the CG does not hold up. You can tell instantly that it's all them running around on a green screen and trying to act as if they're seeing what they're seeing. Um, Again, we get Ricardo Montalban. He's not in it as much. Once he get brought in, he gets his he's out of the wheelchair, and then he just shows up every now and again type of situation. Junie gets mistaken for this legendary being called the Guy, who turns out to be Elijah Wood. He's the actual guy, which we find out towards the end of the movie. And they make it there, and instead of shutting down the game, which the grandfather does, he also releases the toy maker into our world, and he can only be seen with the 3D glasses. And so they call in everybody, literally, and all the important people that we've seen in this Gary and Gertie Giggles. I just randomly now remembered his fucking name because I'm filming this on the 1st of November. I filmed my review for number 2 last night on Halloween, and it's only now that I remembered his name because I couldn't remember it for yesterday's review. They're all fighting it. The mom and the dad, the both uncles, Real and Machete. The Dinkster from the opening scene of the first movie, for some fucking reason, is here. Floop and Minion, they have their little cameo like they did in, but they did more in the second film because they explained, they had plot to explain. Here they just show up for showing up's sake. Romero from the second one, he shows up on the flying pig. And then eventually, what happens is Junie's grandfather, instead of trying to kill the toy maker, just says to him that he forgives him. And through the power of forgiveness, he repents. And then that is it. The movie ends. I do love the idea of the plot, it is very good, but for 2003, it's not all that great visual wise. Visual wise, it definitely does not hold up. I'm sure if it was done today, it would look so much better. But then again, this is a kids movie. I'm looking at it. I need to look at it as a kids movie, and as a kids movie, as a movie that I grew up loving, I still like it. But yeah, it makes Sword Art Online look like a fucking masterpiece. But yeah, so how would I rank the Spy Kids trilogy? Because I'm not including any movie that came after this. I would definitely say Spy Kids 2 is by far the best. Then I would say that Spy Kids 1 would be the second best, and this unfortunately would be the last. But that's not saying that I don't enjoy any of them that bit least. I love all of them. I'm so happy that I got around after probably nearly 20 years of watching them. And yeah, that is going to wrap this review up. I have no idea how long I've been recording for, because again, I'm looking at the back of my phone here. But yeah, so the next review will be on Monday, and that will be for my Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, which means that VHS, I'm hoping I'm pointing to the VHS TV behind me. I'm going to need to take away with me, and as well as the VHS of Spider-Man 1. And that's how I'm going to choose to watch it. I do have it on Blu-ray. I have the entire trilogy on Blu-ray. I could watch them that way. But because I love the nostalgia of watching Spy Kids 1 on VHS, that's the way I'm going to choose to watch it. So yeah, we're down to the final week of Trilogy Month, and then that's it for the year. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this movie in the comments down below, as always, and I'll catch you all on Monday for another brand new movie review.